Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
Justin. Go.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Okay, hold on a second. All right, fam. We're going to start quick. I'm not going to get long on this. This is just more of a pushback because I think it's time. I'm not going to bring out scriptures today, okay? Just keep that in mind. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to be an hour on. It's 6:09. I'm going to end at 7:09 or 7:10 exactly. And again, it's really more of pushing back to towards another, these particular statements lately. Hey, good to have you here. What up, BTC? What's up, estudiante? Good to have you here. I won't be long. Look, I'm just going to show you this real quick. This guy did a video on that guy, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's so fucking annoying, bro. Like I said yesterday, Trump has opened the door for even the slightest secrets of, I really hate those people. just because of the way we look. Has nothing to do with history or anything, no confusion. Just because people told you something and now y'all went with it. Now you got Democrats, Republicans like going this far. So, but anyways, before we go into that video, I want to start with this. I think this man makes an excellent point and it references it. So today's topic, again, I'm not going to go long, but I'm just going to, point it out for what it is, bro. From what I'm noticing, to be quite frank with you, we were pretty much aware of white folks acting this way, but the biggest races are literally, from what I'm noticing, are so-called Negroes and so-called self-proclaimed Jews, bro. It seems like it. I'm starting to like really fucking see it. Like, you guys are the most, like, for example, AIPAC funded the white nationalists. Do you understand that, family? AIPAC, like the Israelis, like the people that put money for running an election or running for Congress, running for mayor, running for Senate, they were really funding right wing. They were right wingers with Charlie Kirk. And up until the rumors came that Charlie Kirk was not going to support them, all of a sudden this happens. So when you look back and see, like, who's really being fucking racist, bro? You know what I'm saying? And let's go. Because I don't want to waste too much time.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat stupidity. It's not our fault that they lost their goddamn African mind. Okay? They are some of the most disrespectful people I've seen on the app. You understand what I'm saying? They disrespect Africans.
Disrespectful?
They disrespect.
Hold on. You guys are disrespectful to people that literally you don't want to be so-called African. Because, and by the way, Africa's not a country, it's a continent. There's so many countries within Africa. They don't all look the same. But nope, y'all Africans. Y'all racist towards them. You racist towards Wedos. You racist towards Asians. You racist towards us. We already know what to expect from the self-proclaimed Israelis. Acting like they ain't white people. They were the same fucking white people. Just chose to believe another religion. Let's continue.
African Americans who try to embrace their African culture. They disrespect Afro-Caribbeans. They disrespect the Indigenous Americans. So fuck them. So I can teach and call them some hot glue, feather-wearing motherfuckers at the same time, man. It makes me no never mind. They've crossed the line. They keep.
The point, family, because you wobbles have crossed the line. The FBA, all of you guys have crossed the line. You want to claim that that's not fucking racist. Racism is also the attempting of an erasure of a nation. Do you understand that? Or they're trying to steal their heritage in every fucking angle. And honestly, fam, I'm really upset at these so-called gangster channels, these Chicano fucking podcasters and all this shit. Bro, there's a lot of so-called West African American rappers that are claiming to be natives, and you motherfuckers ain't saying shit. Dice que mucha muy raza, güey. Y'all ain't saying shit to them. You got Ice Cube promoting that. You got Snoop now. You had KRS-One saying some dumb shit. Then some other motherfuckers. You guys, here, a rapper channel, gangster rapper, cholo, gangster, Chicano rap. Y'all ain't saying shit to these people, and they're literally laughing at you, claiming they're the natives and you guys are fucking Mongolian, bro. That shows weakness, bro. That shows weakness right there.
Crossing the line. Look, man, I'm not gonna
hear one more time without stopping it.
Stupidity. It's not our fault that they lost their goddamn African mind. Okay? They are some of the most disrespectful people I've seen on the app. You understand what I'm saying? They disrespect Africans. They disrespect African Americans who try to embrace their African culture. They disrespect Afro-Caribbeans. They disrespect the Indigenous Americans. So fuck them. So I can teach and call them some hot glue, feather-wearing motherfuckers at the same time, man. It makes me no never mind. They've crossed the line. They keep crossing the line.
So I can understand that and agree that. And again, you have certain channels, so-called leaning democratically, now all of a sudden want to claim that because Nikki Tricky Butt Plug Fuentes has always been a right winger, and y'all know in this channel we've never supported that piece of shit. But apparently, you know, like that that justifies people the reason to generalize all of us as if we're all pretty much that Nikki Tricky Butt Plug Fuentes. And I me personally, I'm offended by that shit. So, you know, again, racism comes in a lot of different colors, but I hate the fact that when you guys are blatantly racist and then you act like you ain't, like literally, family, I kid you not. I saw this video and I just remembered it. I don't know where it's at. But it was a I think I might see it, but it was a compilation of like different bus situations. And then there's this lady telling this, I think this Asian lady, some real fucking racist shit. And then, or this guy, and then like people kind of like push back on her because she, you know, she's West African American, so-called. And all of a sudden she's like, oh, I see, you know, y'all being white people, like, you know, racist towards a black woman. Like, oh my God, really? You were just being racist towards an Asian dude. It's crazy.
And your reaction to what you saw happening in your city after speaking up about this as long as you have over the weekend?
My reaction has been somewhat excitement, but then also, you know, you can't see this happening and not have your heart hurt for some of the people who are going to be deported. And that's for the people who are hardworking, people who have come to this country. Now, those criminals who came here, which is what Tom Homan is targeting right now, you know, we feel good about the fact that they're being taken back.
We feel good about the fact that they're being taken back. I'm sorry, man. I think it's very clear, whether you're Democratic or Republican, just common sense. This fucking trumpet man is a vile man. Bro, he said some vile shit against Somalians. Hey, Jeremias, what's up, brother? Good to have you here, dude. He said some vile shit against Somalians, bro. What are you guys talking about?
To their countries and taken out of our neighborhoods. You know, we are already dealing with high crime. And so it's good to know that someone has our back. You know, I've been listening.
You all don't.
So testing. Can you guys hear me? All right. Look, man, I'm gotten to the point, fam, where we just got to expose what it is. It's not like, oh, they're trying to steal your heritage. Fuck that shit. This is racism right here. It's like the white man, same concept, right? Remember? This is straight racism. Trying to steal the heritage and erase the history of what we went through. You're spitting on the history of what people actually did go through that you guys didn't go through.
Want me to call pretendians dumb and slow, but you keep doing dumb and slow things and it becomes very difficult. So this child of God tags me in this video and it has all these photos with supposedly these quotes from a long time ago that prove that these black folks are indigenous. And if you look, every single one of them, first of all, is from like 1790 or 18. So the first Africans arrived via the Spanish in 1526. The British.
In this channel, y'all know that because we exercise that knowledge. We actually go back to it and study it. And yeah, you're right. They didn't show up in 19 some shit. No, since Columbus came.
bring the first Africans in 1619. That is not a mic drop to say we were here before just basic dates. But the second point, which is the more damaging point, is this. In every single one of them, these people are making a distinction between the Negroes and these natives. They're not saying the same. Some of them are quite literally asked for runaway slaves running to these tribes, which is well documented. Some of them talk about these black folks living among them as their own. Again, these people are making a distinction. We see these Native Americans and we see these black people with them.
So when you see that, hey, there's actual documentation showing that you guys are not originally from here, you've been lied to by the white man, that doesn't matter to you because you have hatred towards a particular type of people, just like the Anglo has for us for a long time. And you're willing to just walk over that history. As a matter of fact, say, nah, they don't belong to you. It's mine. Even though none of that shit that you bring up is real. It's all paper and glue with the new little book that you created. Seriously.
No point.
This is as racist as it gets.
What are they saying? Oh, these are these black indigenous people. Like, you don't want me to call you slow, but you tag me in this like that is a mic drop. They're literally making a distinction between these black people and these native tribes. And they're saying, oh, these black people can speak their language. They live like, you don't want me to call you slow. You don't want me to say things like you're dumb. You say that's mean.
So don't call them slow. Don't call them dumb. Don't call them wabos. Call them fucking racist. Very simple. Very simple, bro. Y'all are fucking racist. You ain't no different than the white nationalists. You're just black supremacists. That's it. White supremacists, black supremacists. That's all it is. And Trump allows that shit now. So I'm glad that we're touching on it because you know what? I get tired of these videos of showing like, oh, look at these Hispanics. They voted for Trump. Blah blah blah. Like, please, man. Most of them are fucking Cubans. Okay, let's get that clear. And those people, for the most part, are European and so-called Africans. Now, this look another silly fucking. And again, this isn't black Indian Hebrew. Okay, let's exclude the Hebrew Israelite. Let's just say no Bible stuff, right? For a moment, the whole concept of him claiming them. That's erasure, family. This is racism. And for them to even use Petro, bro, one of my favorite presidents, and I follow him, and he did not say anything about Africans, güeyes. Dijo prietos pendejos, piel, güey. No dijo africanos, cabrones. Ah, fuck, let's go.
Indicative of an international understanding that black Americans of the US and Canada are actually not part of the African diaspora.
Only the black-skinned people here, those who are ancestrally here.
As a Latino world leader who knows the demographic history of the Americas intimately, he knows where the US got all its black people.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up out of your sleep.
Black Americans really are. The United States on September 27th revoked President Urrego's visa just 4 days after his address to the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. BBC News attributes the harsh reaction to Urrego holding a pro-Palestinian rally in New York calling upon U.S. troops to disobey direct orders from President Donald Trump, but also to the General Assembly address, which more broadly contextualized Urrego's argument.
This is why I know that this is racist as fuck, because if they really paid attention outside of their blackety blackness and shit, love for themselves, right? It's just so disgusting. They would have known and understood that this man studies Bolivar. And he understands that what statements Bolivar was talking about. As a matter of fact, Bolivar was even one of the ones that pushed back towards the north early in the mid 1800s, okay? And he made it clear differentiating between Europeans, Indigenous, Africans, and others. But see, because you're so racist, that doesn't matter to you. You just go by, oh, look, you said black. And that's enough. You cosplay his little shorts, like all just that right there. Like, oh look, like you keep repeating it over and over and over. And guess what? When you have ignoramus and shit and racist idiots, that all this is just hatred. It's not that you love this culture because you don't know anything of it. You don't know the diet. You don't know the clothing. Like, let's really go back into the history and you'll find out that none of this pertains to you. So the only conclusion is you're hateful and you want someone else to be destroyed because you don't love your own history. And that's kind of where supremacy comes out of. You feel inferior. That's what it is. You lack substance of your own understanding. Oh, no way. Are you serious? Oh, they knock. Oh, wow. This is good. Listen, family. See, I did a class on this, but again, oh, they blocked this too. Wow. Wow. Hey, you know what, though? It just proves the point. For you guys that are watching, this is for the Justice 8. You know, I was going to bring out that black mayor, the racist one that was cracking down on our people, the vendors, right, selling in the street, and how the brother got arrested. That was all racist. They had no other reason. They need to speak Spanish. Really? Really?
Today
here goes more proof.
Was my first time calling ICE. I went to McDonald's this morning. The menu screen was broken. So I was like, the menu screen is broken. And she said, do you want a number 2? I said, no, ma'am, I'm just letting you know that the menu screen is broken. She said, do you want a number 2? I said, do you understand me? I said the menu screen is broken. Okay, you want a 2? Well, just pull around. So I'm like, oh my God, this lady don't understand nothing that I'm saying. So when I pull around to the window, I said, the menu screen back there is broken. She said, oh, you don't want a number 2? And I'm like, why does she keep saying number 2? I'm trying to tell her that the menu screen is broken. I said, well, let me just talk to your manager. That's because now at this point, I'm just like, you really don't understand me, right? There's no miscommunication here. You don't understand English. So she says, hold on. And then this dude walks from, I was like, I'm just trying to let her know that the menu screen back there is broken. He was like, the menu screen? I said, yeah, the screen with the menu, that's food on it. I said, it's broken. He said, the menu screen? I said, oh, so you don't understand anything that I'm saying either? I said, are you a manager? I said, does anybody in here speak English? They looked at me like I was crazy. I mean, so I'm like, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna call ICE on you motherfuckers. I said, because there's no way that all you guys is in here working and you can't understand what I'm saying. And the only thing you keep saying is, do I want a number 2?
Who opened the
as soon as I said that, you should have seen how fast that
who opened the lines to call ICE? Right. You're doing just like the white man. You love your white daddy. You're as racist as he is. So stop this fucking cap game. I should have voted for Kamala. That's why I didn't. Listen, the moment that people didn't vote for her, it really exposed y'all too as racist people. It's funny. I don't understand why you guys all of a sudden ignore like Charleston White. Like this motherfucker is like literally walking around with his what is it called? Confederate paraphernalia.
Homie, they didn't go get nobody. They would have got all entertainers who shake their ass and pop. So it showed me that our black entertainers are puppets, and not only they puppets, nigga, they lapdogs, they bootlickers, and they hypocritical because the police shooters, wrongful convictions, women being abused. What about the sister that got killed in Mexico by her friends? Yeah. Homie, they never speak out on nothing until the politicians go get them during the presidential election. Why don't they ever come out during the local election? We don't even know what Beyonce sound like if she ain't seen it. So they'll never talk to us other than that. Cardi B go from having sex with a pregnant baby, having sex married, to try to tell us who to vote for. Come on, homie. So it showed me that.
But no videos on these people, right? Where you guys at? I see a lot of Africans, like literally from Africa. I don't know what part of Africa, making videos about, oh, look, black people were always correct about Trump. As if you guys weren't riding its coattails since 2016. He's no different than Kanye West, bro.
Look how beautiful I look. Look how powerful I sound.
I know y'all didn't think slavery went away. The spirits of the slaves and the spirit of the slave master, it's all in me. Chicken shit Charlie. Don't give a damn. It's our history. And I embrace every aspect of American history, son. I grew up as a little boy reading it and studying it and asking questions, and I couldn't wait to play one in a movie. I wanted to be a slave master too. I wanted to be a slave master. I wanted to see what it felt like to whip a nigga across his back. Make him holler, Toby.
Yeah, I'll say that. It doesn't have, we don't have to really look far. Y'all started this shit in 2016, bro. All of a sudden, you're acting like, shut the fuck. Listen, y'all started this shit. What are you talking about, man? Charleston White, Cayenne Pepper, these bastards over here promoting that whole fucking shit right here. Here we go. Look, listen to that. It's funny, dude. Fucking racist, bro. Right. Swastika chain. I don't know. It's this guy's a nutcase. You know, that's another topic. But here he is with Nikki Tricky Fuentes right here. Butt plug. I'm not surprised, by the way. I'm not surprised. This is in 2016. He was supporting Trump. Remember, he was one of the first ones, supposedly, to wear that cap. Y'all forgot about that, didn't you? How convenient. It's almost like, and I forgot to fucking bring it out. It's almost like what Leo Africanus said. Very quick to ignore what you've done, but also never, ever forgetful of what people might have done to you. That shit you do bring out, though. Like you know, you don't let people breathe off of that shit. Let's continue with.
Woo, woo, that's the sound of the police. Woo, woo, that's the tribal police. No, but for real, another one bites the dust. KRS-One is an official pretendian. After this post, I'm about to show you this video of him talking about that Indian comes from indigo and black people, that Indians were blue-black. That's how dark they were. Yeah, yo, isn't it weird how within the past 5 years, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Kevin Gates, Waka Flocka, Chris Brown, DTG, Sexy Red, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, all these fucking rappers, right, are now saying that they're the Indians when this dude used to be a proud Pan-African, straight up, right? Now he's saying that they're the Indians. Check this out.
This is where you get the word Indian from. It's not from the word indigenous. It's from the word indigo. That was the color of the people that they first saw. The original human beings were blue-black. It's preserved in Hindu art. They have like Krishna in blue and all that. But now it's now more glamorized. But back in the days, humans were blue-black. They were called indigo. And when these Western explorers came to some of these islands, what they saw was really dark-skinned people. And they called them indigos. That became Indians or Indo. You said Indo-European.
I've been debunking this shit for quite some time, but you know what I mean?
That's all dealing with the color indigo. Because that's what the original black, so-called black man or woman, I have to say woman, what the original black woman was, because geneticists now have realized that the entire history of humanity is in women.
Not everybody descends from one group of people.
And, you know, I'm glad that he brought this up. I think it was one of his videos that I saw where he was showing other, like, rappers and shit supposedly saying that. And where the hell are you guys so-called Mexican rap, gangster rap? Oh, we got Chicano Podcast here. Chicano Podcast, you know what I'm saying? And but you guys ain't saying shit about these people, bro. At all. You're very callados, huh? You're Billy Badass with your own people. But when you see here people literally saying... that you are not
or I'm capable of.
Se quedan callados, güey. You see, the thing is, this right here is literally what Donald Trump has exposed. self-proclaimed Jews and so-called Negroes supporting Trump are a bunch of racists. Literally.
Getting money in America, learn English. I don't give a fuck, learn it. Learn it. You riding on the roads, learn English. Fuck about that shit, learn English. Learn English. Learn English. Learn English. This ain't your fucking country. This ain't your fucking country. Learn English. Learn English. This ain't your fucking country. What's wrong with you? Fuck wrong with you, boy? You better learn English. Hey. Learn English.
And you know, maybe.
Nah, but you're still gonna blame the white man for being that way? Is that the excuse this time now? The white man made me do it. The white man made me do it. Is that what you're gonna say? I mean, shit. Look, listen to this.
I don't know what you're talking about with two-spirit people. Is this like a Native American tribe, like high smoking? Because when I think of Native American tribes talking about their spirits, I know that they used to smoke a lot. They used to do drugs. They also were cannibals who used to eat people. So I don't know if we should be taking our cues from cannibals. I don't.
First, he stabbed his victim. "You are Muslim, Muslim, Muslim," he said. I poured petrol over him. I burned him. I ate his leg, right down to the white bone.
See inside, come here.
So the coffin and everything is there, but they just took the bones.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're taking all the bones.
They're taking the bones.
Yeah.
How many graves destroyed, you said?
It's more than thousands.
More than 1,000 graves.
Yeah, 2,000.
She said we're cannibals and we eat people. That's what she said. It doesn't stop. Look.
I know who built these pyramids. It wasn't built by white people. It wasn't built by Mongol people. It was. So you really want to know who built these pyramids? It wasn't built by white people. It wasn't built by Mongol people. It was built by the people that's mislabeled as black or African American.
No, the Olmec or indigenous people in South America were not black, and no, it was not black Africans that built the pyramids in South America. This is Afrocentrism based on racism. And it's becoming a trend in America where extreme Afrocentrists are trying to steal the cultures, are trying to change history, are trying to eradicate ancient civilizations to try and make themselves feel better. And if you say anything about it, you're racist.
So, and you say anything about it, you're racist. No, fuck no. They're not trying to steal a culture. They're fucking racist. They're West African hateful racists that claim to be natives of these lands. Because we don't have any other problems like that with any other people of African continent. North Africans aren't acting a fool like these. East Africans aren't necessarily interested in what we do. Right? South Africa, Sub-Saharans, like Central, like they don't worry, but it's always, it's these West African Americans that claim to be our people, that have this hatred for themselves, and they hate their own kind, so they hate you because you value more. I don't know what it is. I mean, that's the only conclusion. You feel so insecure about yourselves, you want to steal somebody's heritage. When you damn well know it don't fit you, man.
These beautiful pyramids in Mexico, they were built by ancient civilizations like the Aztec and the Mayans, which are a huge part of Mexico or Latino culture. The pyramids in South America were also built by ancient civilizations. The myth and rumor that the Olmec were black came from ignorant people who don't understand that certain features do not belong to a single race. So the Olmec statues had fuller lips, they had bigger noses, and because of that, people are claiming that they are African. The paper that originally stated that the Olmec were black was retracted because there was no actual evidence of Olmec being black. The fact that people are continuously pushing this theory despite there being absolutely no physical evidence to support this statement and attempting to wipe out the history of ancient civilizations that are important to other people's cultures, all while acting like a victim, is extremely hypocritical.
It's extremely fucking racist, bro. So for you...
Fuck that puto. Fuck that puto.
All right, so as I said before, there's two types of people that are blatantly being this, like, for example, and both of them are hiding. Like, both of them are escondidas way. Oh, we know what we did. We get reminded of all the time, though. Every 2 years, we get a Holocaust movie or a slave movie. I have this wonderful book, fam, that I'm gonna try to do like shorter videos just to kind of show you show you guys those things. And this book it'll blow your mind, man. It's a good book, so I'm gonna try to see if I can do it this week. It'll be a 30-minute take, read through, show some examples. You'll see, man. This is nothing new. So now again, we're finishing with this, transitioning to the self-proclaimed Jews.
Vargas. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo te llamas? Mi nombre es José Antonio Vargas. Soy de León, Guanajuato. Me agarraron en Wisconsin. Nos dieron maltrato. Toda esa gente que esté indocumentada, por favor, escóndanse, no manténganse en sus casas, porque la verdad es muy feo todo el maltrato que estamos pasando. La verdad, mujeres, niños, no importan, viejitos. De hecho, hasta un viejito se convulsionó y no hicieron nada para ayudarlo. A mí me robaron mi dinero, mi cadena de oro, me robaron mis pertenencias, mis pasaportes, todo me robaron. Y no nomás fui yo, fue mucha gente. La verdad, yo le pido esto a la presidenta, a los que fueron a la aduana, yo les dije, vayan a fijarse cómo nos tienen en realidad como unos perros. O peor que eso, cuando menos a los perros les arriman de agua y comida. A nosotros, nada, nos tuvieron 16 horas en Alejandría, amarrados. A mis amigos les dieron pollo y se lo tenían que comer, amarrados, y un racismo inmenso de parte de las personas morenas, cosa que ellos también sufrieron, de las personas, un racismo inmenso.
And he stressed this. And then an immense racism, but by black people. And he's like, surprisingly, they went through that, and yet they're doing that. Fuck no. Because it's a law that's fucking they're Negro invaders, bro. Negro what do you call it? Conquistadors, bro. They act like they're like, oh, you Spaniards, fuck you. Y'all were the fucking Spaniards. Damn bastards. Don't forget, y'all brought smallpox over here. That's how our people fucking died. So next time you tell me about cleanness and shit, you should reflect on the goddamn mirror.
De parte de las personas morenas, cosa que ellos también sufrieron el discriminio de los americanos y aún así ellos nos trataron igual. So, por favor, hagan algo. Los que están aquí en Estados Unidos, aunque tengan 25 años, no les preguntan, nomás los deportan. No tienes que firmar, nomás te agarran y pum, te deportan. Igual a los de la calle, a toda la gente. Por favor, yo les digo a los que tengan sus familias, quédense, cuiden a sus hijos, porque la verdad a ellos no les importa si tienen hijos o no tienen hijos. Otra pregunta.
See, that's hatred. That's racism. Oh, I'm not a racist. I can't change the way that you live. Well, technically, you did. Y'all Negroes got the power now to call ICE on so-called people that were oppressing you. Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? That you can't call ICE on the real oppressor. You can't call ICE on the white man, but you love the power the white man gives you, so you then go use it upon other people. That's called racism. And you act like you're not part of that shit. So before you go in, we can't be racist. We gotta know what the... Yeah, you motherfucking do. Shut up.
¿Cómo era el tipo de agentes que te tuvieron? Oh, eran en un Uber. Andan en Ubers. Andan caminando normal. Es más, no son agentes, son personas cazarrecompensas. Entonces, ellos no están entrenados para hacer el trabajo y hacen el trabajo lo peor.
Son muy antiprofesionales.
Exactamente, porque no tienen profesionalismo para hacer eso. Tengo yo 25 años viviendo allá y nunca en mi vida había visto cómo nos están tratando.
That never in his life did he ever experience any of that shit. Like, what do you do with that, bro? You know what I'm saying? What do you do with that? Now we see in a picture, a bigger picture of who really was behind this winning of Trump. Let me tell you something, family. The so-called Jews, self-proclaimed, whether Democratic or Republican, they all vote. Most of them voted for Donald Trump. You want to know why? Because honestly, they really like trompetas. You guys didn't know that? So you guys were like, oh, it was Hispanics, or it was white people because they're racist. Oh, it was those Somalians that voted for Trump. Oh, it was those Asians. But none of you motherfuckers that do podcasts, that ask for money. Hey, can you guys sell me some shit? Or try to play some lotto game like, okay, everybody pitch in, we're gonna win. Like, listen, none of you guys say shit because the moment you do, they take your money away.
So do you all know this guy? His name's Stephen Miller, and he's Donald Trump's deputy chief of staff at the White House. This is the same guy that was one of the policy chief directors for Donald Trump in his first term, who engineered and drafted those detrimental anti-immigrant racist policies, executive orders around family separation, around the kids in the cages, on the stay in Mexico policy, all of those awful things that we went through in that first term, the Muslim ban. This guy is behind so many of these things. He's also the mastermind behind a lot of the executive orders that have been going on this first week of the Trump administration. He's behind the executive actions that happened last week on immigration. He's behind the executive actions that happen today around.
Every 2 years, we get a reminder of the Holocaust and slavery, right? Every 2 fucking years, we get some stupid movie about some fucking slavery that probably never happened and some fucking Holocaust bullshit that we all know that's been debunked and, rewritten again. First, they said 1 million people, then they said 2 million, then they said 3, then 6. But yet they never considered all the Polish people that were actually dying by Germany. Like, that shit don't matter, though. Right? Correct? Not. What about the gypsies? Like, that didn't matter? What about the people that were disabled? That didn't matter? No. Every 2 years we get a slavery movie requiring empathy, pushing the agenda by reparations, and then the Holocaust so that they can go and continue to murder children and rape them and kill women and rape them in Gaza. And then have their mentality through IPAC and say, hey, right-wingers, your modus operandus is to fucking push against Mexicans. Deport all Mexicans. Deport. This is what the Jews have done with their funding. IPAC supported the right-wingers. They pushed against immigration. Charlie Cook was a so-called Christmas Christian supporting Israel. Then all of a sudden, the rumor is that he didn't support them no more, and then he got plugged. What a coincidence, right? Now you understand, now you know where the hatred and fundamentals come from. Like I said before, and this is not far-fetched, family, because remember, the book that I showed you guys, The Jews and the Muslims of British Columbia. So the biggest races are Negroes and Jews, predominantly West African Americans, and predominantly self-proclaimed Jews of European descent. Ashkenazis, even Sephardics are in there included. We debunked them all. Because this is hatred. Hatred to the fullest. I mean, I don't know how else. I'm gonna shorten the videos because I don't want them to be too long. We're about to finish pretty soon. I'm only going an hour, family. Remember, I told you that.
Asking a lot of questions about this, and you all seem to care about it a lot. So let's see if any of you have researched anything about this issue at all. Can anyone here tell me what would happen to the illegal alien from El Salvador if he came back to the United States? Does anyone here know? Does anyone want to guess? Any of you?
He could be with his family.
Does any of you know the answer to the question? Legally, what would happen?
A human being said, hey, he could be with his family, man. I mean, because that's what he wants. He laughs at it. This is a self-proclaimed Jewish person. Supposedly his family suffered from the Holocaust. You know the so-called famous one you get a movie from every fucking year or two? It's no different than the Willie Lynch letter, man. Both of them are bullshit.
If you came back here, does any of you know? Any of you? Guys, do you know the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order? Do you know the difference? Any of you? Please. Do you? And do you dispute that as an illegal alien, you have the right to deport him?
Going through
He went through the legal process. So I want to be very... what I'm getting from this conversation, which is educational for me, is that not one person in the media knows the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order. Is that a fair statement? You're learning about this all for the first time right now?
Trying to make people make it seem like you guys are stupid and ignorant. You don't know. Apparently, you guys don't know the difference between legal deportation and non-legal deportation. Like the legal deportation that he's talking about is they just grab you and don't give you no rights. And, because you're an animal. You're a savage. You know what I'm saying? Like Candace Owens, the West African American Canaanite that called us cannibals and that we smoked, I guess, I don't know, drugs or smoked bones or some shit. Yeah.
Choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay in any of these gang neighborhoods, and I said your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists or Mexican mafia or Sinaloa cartel or Tren de Aragua, I couldn't pay you to live there. But yet you, with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped and murdered. So you're not going to get an ounce of sympathy from this administration or president.
And this is what bothers me about these disgusting people, bro. These fucking fake Jews, because Epstein, a self-proclaimed Jew, right? All the people around them, self-proclaimed Jews. We have documentation in Mexico. You were arrested for child trafficking. Matter of fact, in New York, they found things of so-called Jewish people having stuff with children. I mean, you see, we can also apply that connotation. So basically, from what we know of so-called Jewish people, you guys like fucking around with kids. You see, I can do that and generalize that with all of y'all, right? That wouldn't be fair. But again, the reason you do that and you sit in that position is because you got power and hatred, and that boils down to racism. It's no different. Y'all remember this? You guys remember this, by the way? I'm going to show this to you. Because a lot of us tend to forget, bro. A lot of us tend to forget. You're like, oh, well, it doesn't apply to me. Yeah, it does.
Que es un criminal sionista, lo digo abiertamente, él apoyó a Trump y es íntimo de Netanyahu. Entonces, cuando llegó Netanyahu a Dallas, Texas, que había un grupo de judíos o israelíes, no sé cómo se diga ya eso.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You see this right here? This self-proclaimed Jew, self-proclaimed because they're not, but society accepts them as what it is today. Self-proclaimed. He supported Trump. And in their synagogues, I guarantee you, 90% of them were being told by the rabbis, vote for Trump. Because in their Talmud, they say that they can lie to the Gentiles and that's okay. So they can sit here and tell you in the media, oh yeah, we voted for Kamala. Oh my God, Kamala. And in secret, they voted for Trump. And you know something? They don't hate white people, the people like them. They don't hate Asians. They don't hate, Hindus. And they don't hate Negroes or West African Americans. They hate Mexicans. They hate y'all like they hate the Palestinians. That means they're racist towards you. That's why they push the agenda through IPAC to hate y'all. Because confronting us face to face, they will never do it, family, because they know who we are and they're scared of us. Let's go.
que es un criminal sionista, lo digo abiertamente, él apoyó a Trump y es íntimo de Netanyahu. Entonces, cuando llegó Netanyahu a Dallas, Texas, que había un grupo de judíos o israelíes, no sé cómo se diga ya eso, le decían, oye, ¿por qué persigues tanto a los palestinos? Y les dice, los palestinos son para nosotros los israelíes lo que los mexicanos son para ustedes en Estados Unidos. Entonces yo veo la palestinización, nosotros los israelíes, lo que los... ¿Y por qué persigues tanto a los palestinos? Y les dice, los palestinos son para nosotros los israelíes lo que los mexicanos son para ustedes en Estados Unidos.
That the Israelis detest Palestinians. And he says, just like how you detest Palestinians, we detest Mexicans. Just like how you see Palestinians as maggots, we look at Mexicans as maggots. So this whole bullshit by BHI, oh, these Ashkenazi Jews are against us. Now, fuck no, man. Fuck that BHI bullshit, family. That shit is funded and paid for by these goddamn hooligans here, too. And I'm so tired of people just being quiet about this.
Entonces yo veo la palestinización de los mexicanos en Estados Unidos.
Con todos los componentes.
¿Cómo?
Con todos los componentes, porque primero Estados Unidos le roba el territorio a México, después le termina de construir un muro, después los ataques xenófobos y racistas por un componente étnico y religioso también. ¿Qué falta?
What's left? They're shooting up our people across the sea. Are they not? And they're getting away with it. Check it out. Why do you keep showing up over here? I don't know why you keep showing up over here. I'm telling you to show up over here. Look what the sister says.
Okay, no, I can do that because see, colonialism operates in similar ways. Okay, no, I can do that because see, colonialism operates in similar ways no matter where. The US too has bombed Puerto Ricans. This is how it went. The US invaded Puerto Rico and they were like, this is ours now. In Vieques, for example, they kicked people out of their houses at gunpoint and bulldozed their houses. When Puerto Ricans tried to peacefully march and protest, the US police shot and killed them, including children. When Puerto Ricans tried to organize to advocate for independence, the US surveilled them, spied on them, monitored their every move. When a group of Puerto Ricans decided that the only way out was going to be armed resistance, that they were going to fight their oppressor to free Puerto Rico, the US labeled them terrorists and bombed them. I'm not trying to say that the plight of the Puerto Rican people is equal to the plight of the Palestinian people because we've never had to go through the horrors that
That's the lack of understanding from the sister here. We never had to go through. What are you talking about? 1492. They have a micro situation. We had a macro one. Okay. And again, what do I see? The biggest races. Sorry to include you here, man, because this guy, he's I think he's I don't know if he's a podcaster or a Christian guy, but he brought something up important, okay? Matter of fact, let me play it.
If you're Hispanic and you watch my channel, number one, I want to say thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching my content, okay? For spending your time watching my videos. If you got relatives that love Trump, love MAGA, and they're Hispanic, share this video with them. So Donald Trump's number one vacuum, his number one slurper derper, his number one meat writer, his number one sucker, Laura Loomer, has come out on social media on June 30th to say that alligator lives matter. Now, what is she referring to? She's referring to alligator Alcatraz, the new concentration camp being built in Florida to house undocumented migrants.
Laura Loomer is a so-called self-proclaimed Jew with her ugly ass face and shit. Looks like the dude from Saw, the character from Saw. Fuck you, Israelis, bro. The hell with you motherfuckers. God is gonna pay. You know, again, vengeance is his. I know you guys are not those people. You are Khazarites, converts. That's all you have been.
More than likely
U.S.
citizens. The list goes on and on. She goes on to say this, though. Laura Loomer goes on to say, the good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if
this is from the same people that push a Holocaust movie every 2 years for you to feel sorry for their fucking bullshit story. People that claim that they're not white folks, they're called so-called Jews, but yet they're Polish, Lithuanians, Russians, Prussians, Germans. Fuck off. Like seriously, family, like this should not continue. And all you guys that have podcast channels and you're supposedly like, oh, remember what's his name? American Cholo? How come you don't say shit about this? Ah, that's right. Because if you push back on Israelis, so-called self-proclaimed Jews, they'll demonetize your shit. That's all you care about. I guess that's a Honduran thing, huh?
We get started now. Now, some of you might be wondering, what does 65 million refer to? 65 million is how many Hispanics live in this country today. 65 million. Not undocumented. All of them. Even the ones who are here legally. All of them. All of them. This is someone on Twitter calling for racial extermination. Seriously. This is someone on Twitter calling for the extermination of all Hispanics in this country. This.
You see what I mean? But every 2 years we get what? They're stupid, fucking fake Holocaust stories. And I am not anti-Semitic because I am a Semite and I can prove it with DNA as well. So fuck you.
Que es un criminal sionista, lo digo abiertamente, él apoyó a Trump y es íntimo de Netanyahu. Entonces, cuando llegó Netanyahu a Dallas, Texas, que había un grupo de judíos o israelíes, no sé cómo se diga ya eso, le decían, oye, ¿por qué persigues tanto a los palestinos? Y les dice, los palestinos son para nosotros los israelíes lo que los mexicanos son para ustedes en Estados Unidos. Entonces yo veo la palestinización de los mexicanos en Estados Unidos.
Con todos los componentes.
¿Cómo?
Con todos los componentes, porque primero Estados Unidos le roba el territorio a México, después le termina de construir un muro, después los ataques xenófobos y racistas por un componente étnico y religioso también. ¿Qué falta?
Bueno, falta el último capítulo. Vamos a empezar a ver, hay que tenerlo en el escenario, una gran discriminación sobre los mexicanos. Eso a mí me queda muy claro. Y Estados Unidos, porque aquí la pureza blanca del WASP, del racismo, supremacismo, es igual que la pureza inventada de los nuevos judíos del siglo XXI, que ni son semitas. Lo digo con responsabilidad. Hoy uno llega a Tel Aviv y el 25% habla ruso. Son de origen házaro. Los házaros, lo digo también con definiciones puntuales, son mongoles centroasiáticos. No son semitas. En Estados Unidos, que es un criminal...
Can see they are the real Mongols here. That's why when you hear this type of talk, there's a purpose behind it. IPAC funded the right wing, and the right wing gained its power. And matter of fact, Trump's introduction was against Mexicans. When Mexicans send their people, they don't send their best. They don't send you. They don't send you. They don't send you. They send rapists, murderers, drug dealers, and I'm sure some are good people. The IPAC funded that piece of shit bastard. These self-proclaimed Jews have been funding the anti-immigrant, the pro-deportation for immigrants since Trump came to the picture. These Israelis have been pushing for this that long ago. Why? Because they consider this the promised land too, fam. You're no different. You're no different. Watch this real quick. We're almost done. Again, I said I was going to go an hour. All right, hold on.
The interview prompted Ben Shapiro to come out with an entire Nick Fuentes takedown video, pointing to all the awful aspects of the Groyper movement without an inkling of self-awareness.
They call themselves the Groypers. They are white supremacists. They hate women, Jews, Hindus, many types of Christians, brown people of a wide variety of backgrounds, blacks, America's foreign policy, and America's Constitution.
You, also you, mostly you. Look, remember, Ben Shapiro is the guy that wants to pardon the murder of George Floyd, says Palestinians like to live in open sewage, thinks the Barbie movie is feminist propaganda, and is against mass migration from people who don't share our values.
We don't want mass migration from countries that don't share our values. Right. I don't care whether they're brown, whether they're green, whether they're white, it doesn't make a difference to me. If you come from a country where you are used to gigantic government services that take care of you, and you're coming here to be reliant on those government services, or you don't share American feelings about how family ought to work, or about how government ought to work, or about many of these values. I don't care if you're pulling those people from Latin America, whether you're pulling those people from like the most liberal parts of Europe, like that doesn't matter to me. The ideology of the people who are coming in matters to me.
With that level of xenophobia from the right, the question isn't how did the right turn that xenophobia on to Jewish people, but how did conservative Jews like Ben Shapiro expect it not to?
See, you ain't no different. Now check this out. I'm going to show this part, and this is what triggered it. This video here. Because, you know, like...
When he goes... Oh my God, all these Hispanics now, they're all racist. We're not, though.
Shut the fuck up. You ain't no different. I'm not going to get into the whole video. I'm going to get to this point here. So he's like, look, this brown guy, he's over here. He's okay with being racist. Then he says, Kash Patel. Well, we already knew Kash Patel, okay? But here's the point I want to make. This guy. This piece of shit right here.
Where it is a lie. But most notably would be, you know, the leader of like the white nationalism right now would be, I would argue, it would be Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, a Mexican. This nigga is literally a Mexican, bro.
You see that shit right there? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean he's Mexican? Why, because his last name is Fuentes? Did you guys not realize that black people back in the 1700s were fucking literally, since 1492, y'all were actually the first ones carrying those last names? All of a sudden now we forgot about it. All of a sudden now we don't care about it. I must have offended some people, bro, because a lot of you fucking left. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are all fucking mad at me, man. I'm so glad you are. Anyways, I'm not interested to pity patty with this bullshit. I'm trying to point this out because this is what I wanted to show you. And they actually got the video right here. So I think this is this.
You've done for them. Eventually they will hate.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Aryan. He's not fully white to them, okay? So when he goes and says something they don't like, they're going to point that out. Hey, you're half Mexican. Like his sister is Mexican. She looks.
So then when are we going to embrace the fact that you both are half white? Huh? Because you ain't full West Africans. You're not full West Africans. You guys are both half white. When is that going to be okay? America has made it so convenient, huh? Now, I don't care about this. But see, this dude here, Naked Chicky Butt Plug Fuentes, this dude is a so-called self-proclaimed, or I should say not self-proclaimed, because he doesn't claim it. He's embarrassed by it, but he is what they call a Sephardic. You know, like what Yakasha and Dirty Water was pushing and shit for some time that we're like related to them and shit. Y'all are dumb, dude. It's fucking the dumbest shit you guys ever did. Anyways, well, look.
A little more digging, and this is actually not his sister. Neither is this, who I believe is the person that the amazing Lucas is referring to. I think he believes that this is Nick Fuentes' sister. She goes by Melissa Fuentes on Instagram, but this is also not his sister. It's funny.
The other white guy with a tan, he assumes that girl is his sister, and it's not. He actually pointed her out. Watch.
Though there's some. This is Nick Fuentes'.
It's his sister right there. Okay, so check this out.
His sister right here. Now, right here, she still looks pretty Hispanic, but I don't know if it's the lighting or the way she's put together right here. But she actually does look pretty Caucasian, just like Nick does in other settings. Here we see her again, clearly not white, like she's clearly mixed with something.
He's Sephardic.
But, you know, the right kind of makeup, the right lighting, the right hairstyle, she could definitely pass for a white woman, no problem. Here is a picture with all of them together. So this is Nick, his mother Lauren, his sister Melissa, his father Bill. Now Bill, aka William Fuentes, he is half Mexican, half white. Some people.
Again, the side that is quote unquote Mexican, are they indigenous of like this land, or are they foreigners, Europeans, Africans, or Arabs named Mexicans? Just like here in the North Americas, y'all want to call yourselves Americans, but you're not American. Like you're either European or West African, maybe North African, but you're not American from the Americas. You see what I'm saying? Neither are these piece of shits here, MESHIACHAs. None of them. Well, the mom's Italian. He's supposedly Irish. So then we need to understand who in his Mexican side is supposedly Mexican. And is it really indigenous, or are we talking about like labeled Mexican?
People say that he's actually half Jewish, which would be insane. But, you know, it's not a lot on the internet to find here. This right here is the most concrete evidence if you want.
He's talking about her. There you go, bro. Good to have you here, man. He's talking about her being mixed as if he ain't either. You know, these African Americans, West African Americans, think they're full of blood. Like, they're not, bro. It's stupid, dude.
I know what Nick Fuentes' sister.
But that's not the point. The point being is racism between the Negroes and the Jews, right? Towards certain people. Like, literally, you guys really expose that shit. Even in you're like, we're not trying to be racist. You really are, because you're assuming some shit. Okay, now let's touch the point. Not only is he a white supremacist, he's a Sephardic Jew.
It looks like he's actually going to introduce her to present something in high school. So check this out.
Informative speaking. The speaker is Melissa Fuentes. Now, this may be just a rumor, but I hear her brother is devastatingly handsome.
Right. So he identifies himself as her brother.
If I were to say the word invisible and ask you what the first word that pops into your head would be, what would you say? So what have we learned?
Male, Mexican immigrant, bro, essentially.
You know,
he's an immigrant, bro.
A Mexican, right? A half Mexican. And
so here's where they're like half Mexican. So what the fuck are you guys? You guys are fully African? Fuck no, y'all are white people. Just happen to have African features. It's very convenient when you can get a chance to do these things, right? Now we knew this. And this is a video that I wanted to show you guys, family. I couldn't find it. So here they're asking him, "Are you a white supremacist?" And he says, "No, I'm Mexican."
Bro, think about it. Think about it. Who is the biggest, most influential conservative person on the right? That's a male. Mexican immigrant, bro, essentially. Yeah, he was born in America, but come on, you don't get the name Fuentes.
See, you don't get the name Fuentes. As if you Negroes were not named Fuentes Garcias Bertrans in 1490 fucking 2. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Y'all are fucking full of shit.
That ain't something that goes back to the 1600s in America, 1700s in America.
Actually, it does, dumbass.
America, you know what I'm saying? And who is the biggest conservative woman? Candace Owens, a black immigrant, right? Yeah, she was also born here, but her people are from like fucking Barbados or some shit like that. You know?
Oh, I see. So because she's from Barbados, but she came from Africa. You see? This is a fucking guy, man. You people, bro. Yo, this is so fucking funny.
I'm saying, so it's like, this is insane. The white supremacist disinformation machine is being ran by brown immigrants, essentially. That's crazy. I mean,
you ain't no immigrant, motherfucker? What are you then? You ain't from here. You're an African with white bloodline and shit. See what I mean? You see the racism? You see the racism, family? Oh, but we're not being racist because yes, you are, bro. It's like, fuck, dude, it's so funny. If you were white people, like for example, if I was saying the exact same shit you guys are saying with that connotation, with no purpose, with no education behind your channel, like it's just you're just putting videos up and commentating on them, like, nah, you really are that.
Sure, I guess Nick passes for white, but you're Mexican, bro.
That shit, you see that shit? Passes white, but you're Mexican, bro. Really? Really? So what are you? What are you? Are you an African? Are you a white? Are you European? Are you British? Are you French? Are you German? What the fuck are you then? Ah, I see. Because you play the part as being black, you think that none of that shit applies to you. The fuck out of here.
See, he's calling himself Mexican, bro.
You're right. And in this channel, we've been exposing that shit. But now, you know what? Y'all did me a favor. You finally found the video. So listen to this, family. They ask him, are you a white supremacist? He says, no, I'm Mexican.
Crazy. I mean, sure, I guess Nick passes for white, but he a Mexican, bro.
I'm Mexican. You see, I'm Mexican. My last name is Fuentes. You see what I mean, fam? This is why we talk about you convenient so-called Hispanics. Now he's going to say what he really is. Sephardic Jew.
The right lighting, the right hairstyle, she could definitely pass for a white woman, no problem. Here is a picture with all of them together. So this is Nick, his mother Lauren, his sister Melissa, his father Bill. Now Bill, aka William Fuentes, he is half Mexican, half white. Some people say that he's actually half Jewish, which would be insane.
It is true. It's totally true. If you Google and search for his sister's information, they admitted that they're Fuentes. It's actually Sephardic.
But, you know, it's not a lot on the internet to find here. This.
See how it is? You see what I'm saying? Like, they push on the, he's Mexican, he's racist. But you don't push on the Jewish side. Why? Because here it is, fam. Because y'all are grifting. Look at that. You see this grifting right here? You see? That's all you guys are. Y'all are fucking grifters, bro. You ain't no different than white grifters. You're Negro grifters, man. All you guys look for is money, bro. Money. You're using your channel to generate, cash. To push a narrative, whether hateful or not. But hey, listen, can somebody give me $2?
I recently connected with a genealogist who sent me the following information about Kristi Noem's family, and the genealogist sent me receipts. This is the official federal land patent record of Kristi Noem's Norwegian great-grandfather. Because in 1901, he received a 160-acre Homestead Act land grant. And the location of that parcel? Well, it was inside the boundaries of the Sisseton-Wahpeton Native Reservation, on land that had been seized by the U.S. government in 1891 and opened up to white settlers shortly after that. Newspapers from that time, including this one from 1892 in the St. Paul Globe, literally described the
Not just white settlers, honey. It was Negro settlers too.
Land as choice and highly sought after. And settlers rushed to claim parcels. And Noem's family? Well, they got one of them. So while Kristi has spent recent years accusing tribal nations of wrongdoing and getting banned from their lands for it, her own family history is rooted in a documented federal land appropriation from those very same nations. I recently connected with a genealogist who sent me the following information about
Bro, very confirmed, bro. Very, very, very confirmed. Don't even trip on that shit. That's for real, yo. For real, yo. All right, fam. I went a little bit more extra. Again, I said I would do an hour, but I'm going to do basically an hour and maybe... Hold on. Give me a second. How long is this video? Let me see. An hour and
country.
4.5 minutes. All right. After this, y'all have a good night. I'm not gonna play any music. I'm just gonna end it with what I typically end. Again, I'm gonna try to do these short videos. I'm gonna try to trim them even more. Throughout the week, I will do 30-minute videos more, showing you guys different books. Okay. I'll focus on one book, show you a variety of pages regarding that book, and there'll be a specific topic. The one I have in mind is how us raza, like the Mexicas, Taínos, Arawaks, that we all went on slave ships. And proving some facts. All right, I'll do that this week. Anyways, you guys have a good night. I hope you appreciate, the. I don't know, man. It's not even a class. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to push back on these racist bastards, bro. Yeah, they're stealing our history. No, you're fucking racist. You fucking racist. That's what it is. It's racism. Trying to erase the heritage of other people, it's called racism. And if you say, I'm not a racist because I don't have no problem. Yeah, you do. You can call ICE. on anybody that looks like me, even if we are U.S. citizens. That's how fucking crazy and racist y'all are. Good night.
With culture, and we have a right to ask whether or not all cultures are compatible with the culture of Minnesota and their Somali community as ICE is zeroing in on the Twin Cities.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
You know, I'm sure there are very honorable, law-abiding, upstanding citizens and contributors from the Somali community here in the United States. But that doesn't mean we can't use our judgment, our wisdom, in analyzing the various contributions of communities and cultures. We're not going to pretend here that all cultures are of equal value or are the same. No one really believes that. No one makes individual choices on a day-to-day basis that reveals they think all cultures are the same, where they choose to live, what they choose to eat, who they choose to socialize with. It's mostly a virtue signal, and that's what you get from most politicians when it comes to this very serious conversation that needs to be had about our culture here in America. You normally get from politicians just pandering, just nonsense, just stuff like this from Minnesota's mayor.
That's not American. That's not what we are about. And we're going to do right by every single person in our cities. And so, to our Somali community, Daman Shabka, Somalied Kunul, Minnesota Garahan, Minneapolis, Waan Ku Janilahai, Waan Ku Gereb Taganahan.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. I would be curious, I don't know Somali, if that's a little bit like Jill Biden saying she likes tacos. I don't know, because it's in Somali. I speak English because I live in America. And that's the point. This is a country with a culture, and we have a right to ask whether or not all cultures are compatible with the culture of America.
Business, a bar nonetheless, and running on hate. Old State Saloon, a bar near Boise, Idaho, is doing just that right now. They are offering people 1 month of free beer at their establishment. Shared the following message on social media. Anyone who helps ICE identify and ultimately deport an illegal from Idaho gets free beer for 1 month at Old State Saloon. The business going as far as to say that if one person gets more than one deported, they may be eligible for months on end to get free beer. Oh wait, it gets more disgusting. The bar then goes on to offer a free beer to any undocumented immigrant that self-deports. Old State Saloon wanted the attention. Let's give it to them.
Yeah, let's give it to him.
By ICE agents who told him he had no rights after he told them he was born and raised in America. And because this teen was recording, he caught this exchange between the officers.
I'm starting to resist more now. We're gonna end up shooting somebody.
Just remember, you can smell that too with a $30,000 ball.
HUD, you know, it's a different day. We're running new plays. The film was real bad when I came in, I'm gonna be honest. But we are giving the people that live in public housing the assurance that they will be safe. We also announced a new crime hotline, sir, that people that live in public housing, if they see criminal activity, if they see illegals living there, if they see drug trafficking, if you see it, if you hear it, report it. Don't be afraid. And so working with our Office of Inspector General, we've set up this crime hotline and also working with Chrissy and Department of Homeland Security, making sure that everyone that lives inside of public housing is accounted for and that they are American people. And so I say that and I emphasize that to know that we prioritize American people and American people only.
All right, family, this is all I got. But listen, remember he said if you see illegals, report them. I'm part of a homeowners association. Imagine if I said, and we have some crime going on, and I said to the homeowners association, If you see any niggers walking around our neighborhood, make sure you call the police. Now, did the word nigger apply to white people? Does the word nigger apply to Mexicans? Does the word nigger apply to Puerto Ricans? Does the word nigger apply to Cubans? Dominicans? Does the word nigger apply to Venezuelans? Does the word nigger apply to Arabs? Does the word nigger apply to Asians? Does the word nigger apply to white Jews? It doesn't, because it's a connotation. That means that supremacy has made every one of us embrace that word to automatically connect it to somebody that may look like this. That's what's called a connotation. So when this piece of shit bastard says illegals, he's not saying white illegals, black illegals, Asian illegals, Arab illegals, Jew illegals. I don't know. Fuck, man. French illegals. How about Hindu illegals? No. He said, if you see any illegals, make sure you call them. Once again, I'm part of a homeowners association. And I'm going to send this to them. So then we can have this discussion. To what level are we going to embrace these fucking comments? Can I come to this office and say, hey, there's a high crime rate going on right now. Make sure if you see any niggers or coons, you know who I'm talking about, make sure you call the cops. You see, that ain't right. And the reason I say this is because you need to hear it. Because I'm sick of fucking hearing that shit. Now you got black people, well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. White people with a tan that look African saying with no fucking reservation, if you see any illegals, call the hotline. That means if you see any Mexicans, call the hotline. So can we have a hotline so we can report niggers? You see, I'm being very blunt with y'all because I'm sick of hearing illegals. Because now you guys are making that connotation to my gente. You're trying to make that connotation happen. And it's not just white people saying illegals. It's black people saying illegals. It's Asians saying illegals. You know what I'm saying? It's Jews saying illegals. So fuck all y'all, man. Don't give me that bullshit. You see, you can't do that no more. You can't do that no more. Right now, we're at the time where you guys have to understand, are we really going to live that way? Are we really going to be dealing with this shit? Or are we just going to be like, yo, bro, you need to stop saying that shit. You literally need to, listen, you need to stop saying that shit. So until then, hey, man, I'm not going to stop. Have a good night.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.